Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got for you something a little bit special, and the reason I'm saying that is because this is one of the cars that I actually had shortlisted on my list of cars to buy for myself. Now, I never thought I would say this about a Vauxhall, but this car is absolutely amazing. You don't see many of these on the roads, and I genuinely don't understand why, because it is absolutely fantastic. Now, we're just going to do a quick walk around, and I'm going to tell you some specs about the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with, because it is absolutely amazing. I genuinely love this car. Like, I love it. I love the way it looks, the way it drives, the way it handles, the fuel economy, everything, absolutely everything. Anyway, this is a Vauxhall Ampera. Comes with the registration number Kilo Uniform 13 Lima Hotel Oscar. It is a Vauxhall Ampera Positiv CVT VoltecE, finished in absolutely beautiful white. It has a 1.4 liter engine, which is actually it's not technically an engine. It's more of a generator, because this is a plug-in hybrid, if I can say that. So you can obviously charge it by plugging it in, and you can also fill up the petrol tank as well. Now, the engine, all the engine does, it just tops up the batteries. So the engine never powers the wheels. The engine, all it does, it just generates electricity for the batteries, so you can drive the car on electric. So yeah, like I said, it's got a 1.4 liter petrol engine. It puts out 147 brake horsepower, which is amazing for a 1.4 liter engine. It was first registered on the 9th of April 2013. Has a valid MOT until the 3rd of February 2025, and it has an annual road tax of zero, nada, zilch. Doesn't cost you anything to tax this thing, which is, again, amazing. Insurance group is 20E, so it's obviously it's not a Vauxhall Corsa or Toyota Yaris kind of insurance, but it's not gonna break the bank either. So, but you look at it this way: all the money that you save on your tax, you can put it towards your insurance. So but it is an absolutely gorgeous car. I just honestly, you're probably going to hear me saying this a lot throughout this video, because I absolutely love the Vauxhall Ampera. Has a top speed of 100 miles per hour, which probably doesn't seem like a lot, but then again, the speed limit in the UK is 70 miles an hour on the motorway. You shouldn't be doing any more than that anyway, and definitely not 100 miles an hour. So, yeah. Has a 0 to 60 time of 9 seconds, which is, again, not bad at all. People might say that, oh, because it's an electric car, it should be quicker than that. Well, first of all, it's not an electric car. It's a petrol hybrid plug-in. So yeah, it's not a full electric car, but it's quick enough. When you put your foot down, it goes, honestly. It has a very, very good service history as well, and it's just been serviced. So there's absolutely nothing that you need to do to this car. It does come with front and rear parking sensors as well, and this design, I just absolutely, look, I don't know about you. Obviously, everyone has different tastes, but I just think it's a perfect looking car from literally every angle. It's a perfect proportionate car. Very similar style, I would probably say, with the Ford Mondeo Titanium X, but ish. But it's on the league on its own. Actually, this car has a sister, which is called the Chevrolet Volt, and they are very similar. Although I still prefer the Vauxhall, the way Vauxhall looks. They're very similar. The interior wise and everything is pretty much the same car. So the reason why I said that I never thought I was going to say this about a Vauxhall is because this actually is an American design, right? And American designs are more muscly. I mean, have a look at a Vauxhall, I don't know, Insignia, for example, right? They look nice. Don't get me wrong, they look nice. But this thing, it's absolutely gorgeous. Alloy wheels, absolutely beautiful condition on the alloys. Probably have a couple of scuffs here and there, but then again, they nothing major, but they are absolutely beautiful. Tires, absolutely loads of tread on them, so no issues there. This is where you would plug in the charger, and I'll show you. You open that from the driver's side, and yeah, you can plug that in. It does come with two chargers as well. I'll show you that when we get to the boot. I do love how they've put the Ampera logo here, and this line that goes all the way to the back of the car. I don't know, just design wise, I think it's perfect. I just can't, I wouldn't change anything. It does have keyless entry and keyless start, so you can just press on that button and the door will unlock, or if you press on this button again, the doors will lock, obviously. So, but you do need to have your keys on you while you're doing that, obviously. Right. Let's have a look inside, because the interior is probably just as nice as the exterior. So let's just start with the door panels. So see, making something like this, these crazy designs, it's a bold move. It was a bold move back in 2012 when this car was released, because people were going for more conventional colors like black, gray, maybe like a tan or something like that. Nope, Vauxhall came out saying, right, we're gonna slap a design on there and people are gonna love it. And guess what? They did. It's beautiful. It does come with electric windows. I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest, front and rear. And the seats are in absolutely beautiful condition. There's no tears or rips or anything like that anywhere on the seats. And again, you see this red line coming across the back of the seats, and then you've got red stitching everywhere on the seats. It's just a beautiful contrast. Now over here, you've got your glove box and you've got your owner's manual in there as well. And again, if you look here, that red accents are going, all that swooping design. It's, well, you can see it from here. It's just different. It's nice. It's beautiful. It's perfect. Then you got the Vauxhall plate just here. And the sound that the door makes when you close it, like, listen to this. It's like a full solid thump when it closes the door. It's not like a tinny sounding door when you close it. And I do love that you've got what's it called, the button to unlock the doors for on the rear as well. So you got them on the front and the rear. And again, door is locked. Press on that. Oh wait, oh no, that's just to lock it. My mistake. Right, so yeah, that is just to lock it. Is it? Don't think it does. I think it's just, okay, so the car locks itself, which is normal. As soon as you walk away, the car will automatically lock itself. I think that is just purely for design. I'll try it on the other door. I think this is just purely for design. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll check. Right. Again, you get the red coming across to the back as well. Plenty of leg room for the rear passengers. One thing that people might say it's a bit of a downside is the fact that it's only a 4-seater rather than 5, but it's a 4-seater where 4 people can sit very, very comfortably in. You've got that center console running along the middle. But before we get to that, I'm just going to show you again the rear seats, which again are in very, very nice condition. And over here, so you've got this little bag. So you don't have an armrest, a physical armrest, but you've got this little bag where you can store different stuff in there. And you do have the Ampera logo on the back there, and you can actually just take this off because it's attached to the back of the rear seats with Velcro, so you can just pull it off if you don't want it there. But over here, you've got some storage there, you've got storage there, you've got a 12-volt socket here, you've got 2 cup holders, and then it just goes into the front. So it's, like I said, it's a perfectly comfortable 4-seater car. Rear alloys, again, absolutely beautiful condition. There's not a single scuff on this one, actually, to be honest. And again, the seats, the seat, not the seats, the tires are again in very, very good condition. You do get a parking reverse camera, like I said, as well as parking sensors. And to open the boot, you've got a little button just below the Ampera logo. And again, look how beautiful they've made the Ampera logo. So you got the positive and the negative here to show that it is like a battery powered car. And then this was a bit dirty from how the water just dripped from the badge. And then they've made these lines from the A's like that. It's just absolutely beautiful design. And like I said, you've got a little button just underneath that Ampera logo. And then you've got a very, very spacious boot, especially for the fact that it's an electric car. Well, hybrid car. There's absolutely loads of room in the boot. And then down here, you've got your air compressor. You've got your locking wheel nut over there, your triangle. And yeah, and in here, you've got your 2 charging cables. So you get the wall charging cable, so the one that plugs into like a 3-pin plug, which you can charge from literally any 3-pin plug in the UK. And then down there, you also have a type 2 to type 1 charger as well. So you can charge it from a public charger as well. But like I said, the charging, you can, I mean, in theory, you can drive this car purely on electric. You don't ever need to put petrol in it. It has a range of about 35 miles on a full electric charge, which in hindsight, it doesn't seem like a lot. But then again, let's say if your commute to work is 10 miles, 10 miles to work, 10 miles back. So let's say you've got a 20-mile commute to work, right? If that's the case, you can drive this car purely on electric. You never need to fill up the petrol. And if that is the case, what's going to happen is there is so every so often the petrol engine will kick in just to run the oil everywhere and make sure that it keeps all the parts lubricated properly and everything, so you don't have any issues with the engine. So it's very, very intelligently made. To close the boot, you've got a little handle just here. You can pull on that handle and it goes down. And then you do have so this part here is also a window, as well as obviously the top bit, so you can see better from the back of the boot as well. Now, the rear, I just think it looks beautiful. I look at that sports car type like reverse light and brake light down there, which again looks really cool. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'm sorry, I sound so excited, but it's an absolutely gorgeous car. And if I wouldn't have bought the car that I've got now, it was a very, very short list. And when I say short list, it was literally 2 cars. It was this one and the one that I've got now, which is a Lexus RX. The thing is, on this channel, you can probably see that my previous car, which was another Lexus, a GS, it was a saloon as well. And I actually wanted to get myself an SUV as well, because because of the practicality and everything. But it was a very, very short list between this and the RX. And I had a chat with the wife, and we said, well, we had a saloon, let's get an SUV. So unfortunately, this one just fell short just on the actual size of the car, that's it. But other than that, man, it was such a close race between these two, honestly. Again, rear, alloy looks absolutely beautiful, and plenty of tread on the tires, like I said. This is your petrol fuel cap. So this is where you put petrol in, and the one at the front over there, it was for the charging. Over here to this side, again, really nice condition. Like I said, there's no tears or rips or literally anything like that. You do have isofix points as well on the rear seats, so you can easily fit child seats in there. And then moving over to the driver's side, again, same as on the other side. You do have controls for, obviously, for all four windows over here, and this is for your electric mirrors. This is to lock the rear windows, and this is how you how do you open the fuel cap. Is there, and that's the electric one here. So if you actually, let's just press that, and we're gonna press that as well, and I'll show you. So over here you've got your fuel cap, and like I said, you've got your petrol one, and over there you've got the electric one, and that's your type 1. You got VoltecE written on there, and that's how you charge it. You just plug it in there. So right, beautiful. Right, actually, let me just pop the bonnet first. So to open the bonnet, you've got the latch just next to the well, on the driver's side, and then there's a latch here just above the Vauxhall logo. Twist it to the left, sorry, to the right, and that will just open it. It's difficult to do it with one hand. There's still a little bit of water dripping down, as you can see, because it's just been washed. But it is, I mean, there's a whole unit in here. This is the VoltecE, so that's the electric motor, and this is your petrol engine. Obviously, down there you've got your coolant, and this is another coolant tank. This is for the electric motor. But yeah, there's not much to see here, and it's just over-engineered because there's so many orange cables going through it, and I just don't recommend you tampering with it if you don't know what you're doing, because you could end up, well, pretty much unalive, because YouTube doesn't seem to like the other word. So unalive is the one we're going to go for. Just going to move the seat backwards a bit. And I'm just going to, what is it? Oh, here it is. Right, lovely. Right, and here we are inside the absolutely gorgeous cabin. Now, to start the car up, it's very simple. So you have to press the brake, and I do love that they've written VoltecE on the brake as well. So put your foot on the brake, and then just press power, and then the car will just come up to life, just like that. Do love that little animation as well. Now it doesn't flicker like that when you look at it. It only does that because of the frame rate of the camera. Right, let's just turn the volume down because I don't want YouTube to strike my video. Right, let's just start from the left here. So from the right, sorry. So over here you've got your configuration button, your back, and this is, so if you twist that little dial, you can see in there. So you just twist it, and you can see it goes 98% remaining oil life. That's your tire pressure monitoring system, 0 vehicle messages, units, tutorial information. That's your fuel economy and everything. All right, so let me just explain this a little bit because it's very simple to use. So over here, it shows you how much fuel you've got for how much petrol you've got. So it's good for 115 miles. Over here, it shows you the battery level. So it's only half charged, so it's 16 miles. You can get about 30-35 miles, like I said, out of this, depending on how you drive. Over here, it tells you like a total of both the electric and the petrol combined. That is the ready sign. So basically, when that comes up, the car is all ready to be driven. And then down there, it's the sub menus that I was doing while rotating that little dial. And then at the top there, you've got your speed. That shows that the driver door is open. And then over here, you've got your mileage. So it's 92,416 miles, which is very low mileage. The thing with plug-in hybrid cars is, okay, so the car's covered 92,000 miles, but the petrol engine probably has like a quarter of that, because like I said, it's mainly driven on electric. At the top there, it shows you which driving mode you're on. So park, reverse, neutral drive, and L. I don't know what the L stands for. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. If you know what that is, just leave it in the comments, please, because I completely forgot. I do apologize. And then over here, you've got this little green ball. Now, your main objective is to keep it in the middle. Now, when you accelerate, the ball will go up. When you brake, the ball will go down, and it will just keep moving like that to show you how you're driving. So to drive the most efficient way, you have to keep it in the middle somewhere there, all right? You do have electric wind. No, so you've got auto lights, you've got auto wipers and everything. Over here, you've got your cruise control. You've probably seen there was a little white symbol there, which was for the cruise control. So if I press this again, you're going to see it coming up right there. See? So that's your cruise control. We'll turn it off. And then over here, you've got your voice commands. That's to answer and reject phone calls. Volume, that's to search for different radio channels and so on. Now, one nice thing I do like about this car is, so you've got the main horn, which is like that, right? Like a normal horn. But also over here, see, there's a little pedestrian with a little horn next to it. So you've got another horn just at the top here, which I believe only works if you're in drive. Do you hear that? Listen. So it's like a very polite excuse me, sir, would you mind terribly getting out of my way? It's a basically, it's not to frighten people, because if you use this, it will scare them. If you use that, it's just a gentle nudge. Excuse me. And so people can just get out of your way without you scaring them, which is a really nice touch. Right, moving over to the center. So over there, you've got some storage, and you've got a 12-volt socket up there, which I think is perfect placement for a 12-volt socket. So you can plug in your dash cam, you can plug in if you have anything up here. So for example, if you put like a heads-up display or something like that, you can plug that in. So there's loads and loads of benefits of having a 12-volt socket up there. And over here, you've got your main display. Now, one thing you're gonna see is that this doesn't have any buttons, so it's just touch sensitive. So it's basically like a touch screen behind this panel, and it's really nice because it's very easy to keep clean. There's no dust or dirt or anything like that can go in between like nooks and crannies and stuff like that. So it's like a very clean way of arranging everything. And let's just go to home. So you do have a full touch screen. So you got now playing, energy, phone, climate. You got your climate over there, and then you can choose auto heated seats. You can actually set a timer of when you want the car to turn the heating on. So for example, let's say you start work at 9 o'clock in the morning and you leave home at 8. You can turn on the heating at 7:30, for example, and the car will do that on its own. And by the time you get ready, you go out, you get inside the car is going to be all nice and warm and perfect for you to drive. Again, fantastic feature. But don't forget, it's a 2013 car, okay? This is probably something people are used to in 2024, but this is a 2013 car, right? This model came out in 2012, so that's what's that? That's 12 years ago. 12 years ago, some manufacturers were still dabbling with the idea of electric windows. and, and these guys were ahead of the competition by miles with a lot of these things. Let's just go back to home. Then you got AM, FM, CD, USB. You do have uh, Bluetooth streaming as well. So you got Bluetooth for your phone and for streaming. So it's good because you can listen to your music like that. DAB, tone, config, and quick info. So there's loads of stuff like that on there. Down here, this is where you control the temperature. So you got your front your front window defrost, your climate, auto, rear window defrost. That's where you select the fan speed. That's for your heated seats for the passenger. That's for your home button, which will take you there. Source, back, config, and then look, you just touch that and see how. So it doesn't actually press. It's like I said, it's a touch sensitive button. You've got your hazard lights up there. This is for your CD. That's to lock and unlock the car. That leaf, if you press on that, it shows you the battery status, charging complete by 230 volts by 2:45 p.m. And then you've got loads of ways you can play with that. Energy info. So this charge, so you've done 14.7 miles on electric, 91.9 miles on petrol, 10.1 kilowatts used, 2.6 gallon used, 51.4 mpg, lifetime 105 miles per gallon. So whoever owned this car previously definitely drove it more on electric than anything. And yeah, they've achieved 105 miles per gallon, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And then over here, you've also got a button which just says drive mode. Now, drive mode is absolutely perfect because what this does, let's say you've got a full battery, right? If you drive on the motorway, it's probably best not to drive on a battery, although the car can drive on the battery at 70 miles an hour, no problem. But it will deplete the battery quicker. Now, what you can do is, let's say you drive around town for like 10 minutes, you take the motorway, and then what you do is you press this drive mode, and you can see on there it says normal, sport, mountain, and hold. Now, normal is normal driving. And then you've got sport, which basically will give you maximum power from the engine and the battery. And then you've got mountain, which is something that probably you're never going to use in the UK. But what that does, it just keeps the battery warmed up until you get, let's say you normally would have to activate that about 10-15 minutes before you go into a steep climb. And you keep it on mountain mode, and that will just basically give you the best, again, fuel economy by going uphill, because obviously going uphill, it uses more power. But here's another really interesting one, which is hold, right? Let me just go into normal, right? But hold, you can probably see it there. So here it is. You've got hold. Now, what hold does is, remember what I was telling you. So let's say you drive 10 minutes around town, purely on electric, no problems whatsoever. You take the motorway. Once you've reached the motorway, you press this drive mode and you go into hold. Now, what that's gonna do is, you see the battery is grayed out now. Now, it's gonna keep the battery level at that level, and then the petrol engine is gonna kick in. So you're gonna drive it around on petrol on the motorway at 70 miles an hour. Now, when you're ready to exit the motorway to go back into town, you take it back to normal mode. And now when you go into normal mode, the battery comes back to green, and now you're driving on battery again, which is absolutely perfect, because that way you preserve all the battery and you drive all electric around town, which is perfect. This is your power button. Over here, you've got your electronic handbrake. This is your gear lever. You've got all the gears here, so you put your foot down on the brake, and then you can go. That's reverse, and then your backup camera kicks in straight away. It's a very nice and crisp, clear backup camera. And don't forget, you also have parking sensors front and rear as well. That's your neutral, that's your drive, and L, again, I forgot what the L stands for. Now, over here, you've got a nice big cubby. You got 2 cup holders here. You got a nice chunky armrest. And then down there, you've got some more storage with another 12-volt socket, a USB port, and a 3.5mm jack, an auxiliary port. So honestly, this car comes with absolutely everything you could wish for. Tell me something that you wish this car would have had more than what it already has, because I just can't find anything more. It does also have sign recognition as well. So you're driving and it'll show you like the speed that you're doing. And then up here, you've got your parking sensor. You can turn them off. That's to turn off the interior alarm, and that's to turn off your traction control. This is your interior lights. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. There's not much else I can say. We're just gonna go and park this thing now. So to park it, foot on the brake, straight into drive, and we just move very, very nicely and quietly, just like that. There's no knocks or bangs or anything like that coming from underneath. We're just going to do an ultra wide. It's an absolutely amazing car to drive. The visibility out the rear window is not bad either, as you can probably see. You do get that line up there, but you can clearly see what's happening behind you as well. Let's just go back into reverse, and we're going to park it right there. You can probably see exactly what's happening behind me. You're going to hear the parking sensors kicking in as well. There they are. And I'm a bit too close, but I'll leave it here. Right. And to engage the handbrake, just pull on that, and that is it. Right. That's pretty much it. Thank you very much for sticking all the way to the end and listening to me rambling on for 32 minutes about an absolutely gorgeous car. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. You've got well, you can find me on 01684 355 032, or you can just send me an email at vindemautos@gmail.com, or you can just go to our website, which is www.vindemautos.co.uk. Thank you very much for your time, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope you find it informative. And once again, if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments or just give me a call and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.